strong, I'm a warrior. Stay 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 strong, I'm a warrior.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. We've been through a lot. Lord's willing, I'm getting my spot in the kingdom. We winning, no sinning, we not. I'm sending no praise to the man that's up top. Hey, yeah. I just been thanking my God, yeah. I just been thanking my God, yeah. I just been thanking my God, yeah. I just been thanking my God. We've been through a lot. Lord's willing, I'm getting my spot in the kingdom. We winning, no sinning, we not. I'm sending no praise to the man that's up top. Hey, yeah. I just been thanking my God, yeah. I just been thanking my God, yeah. I just been thanking my God, yeah. I just been thanking my God.
Right now,
We about to turn up.
spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet.
Lift up that voice like a what?
Like a trumpet. And show my people their transgression. And the house of Jacob their sins.
Right. So, with that being said, we here for you, brother. So, you got any questions?
Keep going. Hey, keep going.
Okay,
He said
we'll
the
keep
house of Jacob.
You said the house of Jacob.
He said the house of Jacob.
You said this isn't?
He knows
Well, what
more,
makes you say that?
He knows more than I do. He knows more than I do.
Why ain't this the house of Jacob? I'm
Keep
curious. So this is gonna be a one-sided conversation. Is that how this gonna go?
Yeah.
Who's the house of Jacob?
For now. So you said this isn't the house of Jacob, and
No, I want to hear your philosophy. Keep going.
okay. Well, what if I informed you that this is the house of Jacob?
Where's Jerusalem?
Yeah, tell me about.
So
the
was
man.
Jerusalem? Or let's take a couple steps back.
Yeah,
So
no, let's do that.
before the place known as Jerusalem was established, was there a people actually called that prior to that? You don't know? Okay, so what if I said that was the case?
Salute.
Okay, that's
No, I was
interesting.
talking to my brother.
Oh yeah, I figured that was the case. Yeah, but basically the people were established before the land, right? You ever heard of like the land flowing with milk and honey in the Bible, also known as the Holy Land?
Yeah.
Okay,
Now,
so
the Holy Land is what? Egypt?
basically the Fertile Crescent, the Levant, so the ancient Near East,
Okay.
because we're supposed to get that and the Seven Seas when this is all said and done and the story play out the way that it's supposed to play out.
That's right.
So, and we can actually prove that using the text.
Oh, and one thing I want to establish from the door.
I'm listening.
I'm here for information. I'm not here to challenge.
Oh no,
Like that's the worst thing I can do is like, cause I've heard, but I know except for Philadelphia. And we got what y'all the Hebrews or the Israelites or what?
Hebrew Israelites.
Yeah, and we have those guys. They be on the corner, on crazy corners where it's like bad Christians and people coming out. They be having, like it be getting kind of like you know, and they come with their heart and they just know what the truth is. And sometimes you know, but I what I love is that anybody has a strong belief in their spirituality. They ain't doing no harm. They ain't doing no crime. Ain't doing. I don't like for real. I don't care if you're Jehovah's Witness, a Muslim, or whatever. You're a human being on this earth. This universal earth that God created, and you're not hurting nobody. You're doing. You're practicing and you're expounding what is in your heart about somehow doing your transition. As how old are you probably?
If you had to guess, how old you think I am?
Probably 28.
That's spot on. That's crazy.
That's wild.
But yeah, I'm 28.
I'm 57.
Okay.
Yeah.
I rise before you as my elder.
And you know, and also me. But see, the thing about this is that it's like, you know, I love this because I did not understand until I got the Ethiopian Bible, which is one of the oldest Bibles. I didn't even know that because I've been on TikTok, not TikTok, but also on YouTube. I didn't know that Ethiopia has never been colonized by the white man. And I understand that.
Did you know they have a reason and playing a part in the reason as to why our people are here though? Because they work with them folks.
I believe that.
You believe that? Okay.
I believe that. I believe that. And I also know what's going on in Israel is all biblical.
Right. Can we get Luke chapter 21, verse 24? You're right. This is biblical. So would you say that the people who are in Israel right now as occupants, that they are the true people of the Bible?
No, but I do understand that.
All right.
There was a time where these people called the Hyksos, they came to
The Hyksos.
They came to Egypt.
The Afro-Asiatics, I'm with you.
And then they kind of like got on the throne, and then Egypt kicked them out.
Right.
And those are like the folks that, see, wherever the white man lays his feet on, it's just like, they just cause poison. It's something about their energy, it's something about how they get down that kind of like threw us off, because at one time we was all human. There was a thing called the rites of passage for black people. Even for women, there was a rites of passage. So in order to be a man, you had to go through these things.
Right.
Their ceremonies and stuff like that, and how they got down from the Caucasus Caves and all that shit. That shit is totally different from how we actually lived. And what happens is, when you clash two cultures, either somebody, see, they got more dominance, and we are dominant, but they use trickery. And they trick, and they got us to the point where they got into our world, and they learned our mysticism, and they use that to their advantage. And that's what they're still using today.
Right. So let me ask you this question. Since you mentioned the Hekasut is how they would say it in the Kemetic or the Medunetter, when you look at the right, So would you say that? I got two. I got one. This one is one. So would you say that the Hyksos and the Kemet people, would you say that?
The trick ass Jews that's in Israel are the Hyksos.
Okay. All right. That's an interesting take.
Yeah,
all right.
And it caused the Red Sea. It caused the Reed Sea. And during that time, there was a tsunami, and it was, and the water was low. And, see, I don't look at Bible shit. I do that too. But also historically, there was a tsunami that happened. That's why the black during the the Jews talk about putting blood on the thing. There was a mountain that erupted during that time. And during that time when that mountain erupted, it did cause black ash.
Right.
It caused a lot of famine and shit in that area. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying.
So my question to you is, why do you not agree or look to the Bible as a valid source?
King James was a fact.
He was?
Yeah.
Can I get Leviticus 20:13?
And then also he got a bunch of collaborators to get together to put the Bible together, and the Council of Nicaea in 325.
Yeah, Mark 7, 325 AD. I'm listening. So, do you think that if King James was that way, do you think that he would write in the Bible anything that would go against that lifestyle?
No, I think it was all political. The Bible and Nicene Council in 325 was all political, because the Christians were coming up. So they had to do something, because they were going to lose power, because the Christians were being strong.
Right.
So they had to have this council, which is connected with the Catholic religion. And because of that, it changed the whole thing. There is three powers. There is the military power of the United States. There is the Catholicism power, which is in the Pope and wherever the Pope is located at.
Talking about the Vatican?
Yeah, the Vatican with the apricorn or whatever it is. But that apricorn is our pineal gland.
Okay. So are you a practitioner of like African spirituality, basically?
Yeah. No, I ain't a practitioner of anything.
Really?
I'm just a folk. I'm a folk that did a lot of reading.
Okay.
And the process of doing a lot of reading, I don't assign to anything. If anybody on this earth is doing right and caring and not hurt nobody, I ain't trying to like get in anybody's way. The black Israelites, especially y'all brothers, because what y'all doing is y'all are like, but they in Africa in Egypt they had that mystery system where it's like the Masons. Like the
Scottish rites, they basically stole everything they know from Kemet.
Right. So everything that we is just basically reproduced right now.
So I got a question, right?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
So do you think that all of the quote unquote melanated people over there in that lands, prior to the colonization and everything, do you think that we all were the same people, whether it be Kemet, Israelites,
that's a good question.
Beirut, which is what we were talking?
That's a good question. If you look at the globe, You can look at the globe, and you can look at the. At one time, the globe, there was a time where all the lands were connected. And all the lands were connected, just like Africa, and you push whatever close to Africa and all these things together. There was one time where the people used to walk, and the blacks used to walk across different continents. And over a period of being out in the sun, which is like Ra, you lost that energy from Ra. That's why their eyes are blue, because you look at snow, your eyes become blue over a period of thousands of years. And you be in the cave, that's why they in the cave, and their dog is their best friend, because their dog is to protect their caves while they was in their caves. And that way, they be in their caves, and if anybody come in, it's an intruder. See, and then they treat their women. See, when you lose this, first of all, we're in a solar system, and this Earth rotates around the sun along with the planets. So we all connected with the sun. So if you lose that energy from the sun, and you lose your melanation, you become like this person right here. Well, this picture.
So you think a lack of melanin is a curse?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we agree on that point at least.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd say our point of contention would be that we're all the same people. That would be our point.
We are the same people. It's just that over a period of time, that evilness they conquered, like the Romans, the Greeks.
But where did they come from though?
Well,
did they come from us, or were they put on the planet by like some spaceship, or like how did they get there?
No, they came from us, and they traveled around the world. And then as they lost their tongue, their native culture, and they changed up and became a different type of energy. And that energy came forth and wanted to take over the original, and that's us. And when they did that, they made a mistake, because they over a period of time. Now look at them now.
Okay.
You know, now you see blacks coming up, blacks doing their thing. You know, but the thing about it is that.
So all skinfolk, kinfolk. That's the question.
No, all skinfolk is kinfolk.
Really?
All skinfolk is kinfolk.
So if I told you that there was a group of Central Africans who don't consider us to be real deal Holyfield people because of what happened to us, and that they also worked in commiserate with the powers that be to send some of us over here in slave ships, would you still consider them your folks?
Yeah, I do. The reason why.
Really? Okay.
No, stop you. Let me talk. Now you ask me a question. No, you ask me a question. The reason why I do consider, see, what happened is that they look at us like we were captured. They say y'all niggas was captured. We was never captured. So y'all niggas.
They play a part in the reason why we got captured is the question though.
Well, we got captured because
they helped them out.
Well, the Europeans did what they did. Those bleached out black folks came back with less than melanin that we did, and they lost their spirituality. They lost their union with God.
Can you read Bible?
Go on, please.
All right.
Book of Genesis, chapter 25, verse
25.
20. Yeah, I'm gonna start verse 25.
Bring it out!
And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau.
So who do you think that is?
Esau.
We can read it again.
Well, no, please don't do that. What I'm saying is that.
By the way, I didn't call you a dummy. I just want to let that be known.
No, please don't do that, and I won't do it to you.
Okay.
Respect black man, I respect you.
Okay.
But think about this: is that you got the Chinese, you got the Indians. You know what they call the Indians red man? The Indians, they call them red man.
Yeah, there's a distinction between the different types of ruddy.
But then also, depending on the part of the globe you are, depends on the color of your skin. If you in the Antarctic, you're gonna be lighter than you. You know what I'm saying? So if you in a different part of the world, you're gonna be lighter, but the darker culture getting blessed by the sun, which is our energy source, is gonna make you darker.
So is albinism, is that like a thing? In darker places?
Well, I can say it's a curse, but that does happen.
Okay.
But no, the Bible does talk about the curse.
It does.
It does talk about a curse, but then that's probably their perception. But then they wasn't aware of the weather, of traveling, and then also individuals intermingling. Just like Malcolm X said, I'm only red because one of my slave masters sneaked into the chicken coop.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, we jumped a couple of leagues in the historical timeline to get to the slavery narrative over here in the States, but there was albinism that actually happened without all of the weather and everything happened, and we're about to get it right here in the text.
Book of Exodus, chapter 4, verse 6.
Bring it out!
And the Lord said furthermore to him, put now thine hand into thy bosom.
Right, and this is who we call Moshe in the Hebrew. He's more infamously known as Moses. Continue on.
And he put his hand into his bosom. And when he took it out, behold, his hand was leprous as snow.
His hand was what?
Was leprous as snow.
So we see here in the text that, of course, the people of that particular region, they were of darker skin persuasion. Right. So when he put his hand into his coat and he took it out, it was leprous, white as snow. So that's
let me get it straight. A man that was just like me and you, looked at me and you, put his hand in his coat, and he became white. What's this like magic trick?
Well, it is. If we keep reading, hold on.
All right, so it's because of the Most High. He did that, right?
So God made a black man turn into a white man. So this is all God's plan for his hand.
Just his hands.
It was to prove, just to show a sign. That's all, right? So, if you want, I could go up. Book of, I'm gonna start at verse 1. Book of Exodus, chapter 4, verse 1.
Bring it out.
And Moses answered and said, but behold, they will not believe me, nor hearken to my voice, for they will say, the Lord hath not appeared unto thee. And the Lord said unto him, what is that in thine hand? And he said, a rod. And he said, cast it to the ground. And he cast it to the ground, and it became a serpent, and Moses fled from it. And the Lord said unto Moses, put forth thine hand, and take it by the tail. And he put forth his hand, and caught it, and it became a rod in his hand, that they may believe that the Lord God of their fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, hath appeared unto thee. And the Lord said furthermore to him, put now thine hand in thy bosom. And he put his hand into his bosom, and when he took it out, behold, his hand was leprous as snow. And he said, put thine hand into thy bosom again. And he put his hand into thy bosom again, and plucked it out of his bosom, and behold, it was turned again as his flesh.
Right.
So what I'm asking is that, why would God do that?
To show a sign of his power?
No, or show a guy of a man being a white man, or showing that
leprosy.
Michael Jackson had leprosy. Or Michael Jackson had not leprosy, but he said some Elvito or whatever.
Vitiligo?
That's what I'm saying, vitiligo. So I'm saying like, there's black people that got dark patches on their face and got white places on their face. I've seen that. So you saying that they leopards? You saying that they're no good? They're just... I've been around chicks and they put that dark shit to make them look dark, but you know, basically if they take that shit off, they still albino. So you say albino, but so you saying albino's a curse? That's what you're saying. That's what your man is reading. What are you really saying? Like, I want to understand what does that mean to you?
Okay. So Moses.
I'm trying to ask a real question. What is what you just read to me that you're trying to expound to me so I can understand?
So the reason why we brought that out was just to show you that the power who we serve, Yah, is capable of basically doing what he wants to do on a whim. The reason why we brought that out is because you said that due to the different climate, due to the different geographical locale that a group of people may be at, that would turn their skin a completely different color. But we were just showing that, you know, these people, they were in the ancient Near East, the sun was beating down on them, and basically the Most High had the power to change just strictly his hand to a different pigmentation, the opposite of what it was. And when he put it back in, it came back to where it was. Right. So that was the whole point of bringing that up.
Okay, cool. Okay, well, let me just ask you this. Now, since you wasn't born that time, and I'm pretty much we're established, I'm probably older than all you gentlemen. Let me ask you this: do you think they all? I'm 57. 59. See what I'm saying? But that's cool, and I respect that because we all brothers. All of us brothers. Right. But let me ask you something.
I'm listening.
Now, you are here in 2024 at this moment while your boy filming me.
Yeah.
Talking.
Yeah.
Now you hearing this and reading this in a word. Now, one thing about belief is that you have to believe. So you believe. You believe in that.
Oh yeah.
Now let me ask you something.
I'm listening.
You know, astrology has this thing called a motto, right? And every 25,000 years there's a motto, and then in 25,000 years we was under the Piscean era, and it was under the belief of Pisces. And you know the motto of Pisces is I believe. You know my sign? My sign is Aquarius. I'm born February 4th, 1967. And my thing is I believe. No, I don't believe. I know.
So you know we were on the earth, you said how many thousand years back in time?
Well, I'm saying that like if this world been around for millions of years. Not.
So do you believe that, or do you have a concrete fact that we can point to that that's the case?
Good question.
Okay, that's a good question. That's a good question. Okay.
Belief comes in at some point in time. You know, we don't have a factual data sheet for every single thing that's ever happened in history.
There's called carbon dating.
Okay.
There's this thing called carbon dating. You ever heard of carbon dating?
We're very well familiar with it, but there are definitely things that are kind of faulty with that system of dating.
Okay, well, was it dinosaurs on this earth?
Yes.
Okay, there were dinosaurs.
But not probably the type of dinosaurs
So how far was the dinosaurs back? How far would you...
What's that passage in Job?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? The Leviathan. And then there's also where he talks about like the elongated neck dinosaur.
The rhinoceros,
Yeah. So, yeah. The thing is, the people who are in charge of the information that we get, they've taken the liberty upon themselves to, of course, over-exaggerate and...
Hold up, you just said something. You said, see, words have power. You said the information that we get. Now, I'm going to stop you with that. Keep going.
Okay.
You said the information that we get.
Yeah, that we receive.
You say we as black people, or we as the Bible, or we as what?
Everybody
you said
in general.
When you said, okay, as everybody in the room. Well,
Right,
we're in the room.
yeah.
We're in the room, all black men. So what's we mean?
So we, I guess in this particular talk, I was talking about we as mankind in general, but if we
you say mankind. Okay, we as mankind in general.
Right. The information that we receive, regardless of whatever government jurisdiction you under, they control what you get as far as information. So as far as like, more specifically, Western civilization, United States of America, we have basically people who are in control of like exaggerating certain things and putting things out of context and what have you. So the idea when we think of dinosaurs is something that's not necessarily supported by, artifactual evidence and things of that nature.
Hold up, that's not true. I live in Philadelphia. There's the Ben Franklin Institution, the Ben Franklin Museum. That's one of the biggest museums. They got dinosaurs in there. They got dinosaur bones. They got the tail. They got the dick, but they got the goddamn dinosaurs in there.
Hey, brother, can I say something?
Yes.
So you believe man went to the moon?
I don't believe that because we just talked about that. That's
okay,
a dome.
so
I think it's a dome. I think it's all.
Okay, so you don't.
Steven Spielberg.
Okay, so you believe man didn't go to the moon, but you believe there's an actual bones of a dinosaur in the museum.
That they didn't like reconstruct them at any given time.
Yeah, I believe that there was dinosaurs on this earth. I
do too.
I believe this earth is like over 3 million something years, or even like over 3 million or 3 billion. I believe this earth been around. Okay, how long do you believe this earth been around? How long do you believe this globe that we spin around been around? And your religion and everything, how long do you think this earth been around? Since Jesus Christ, that had his ministry at 12 and then had it at 33, that's all based on degrees of the sun and how the sun, the sun goes into each decade or each side at 33 degrees. It goes to Aquarius, it goes into Gemini, it goes to all this at 33 degrees. Everything is astrological based on the sun and based on the earth and based on rotation.
Okay, so are you saying that basically the sun that is a created thing is responsible for everything that's going on this plane of existence?
Heck no, I think God gave us the sun so that we can exist. I think there's a higher power way behind that. That sun is just for us to survive.
Okay, all right. You got a precept?
Yeah. All right. This is what the sun and the moons and the stars were created for. Book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 14.
Bring it out!
And God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for season and for days and years.
Right.
Now that makes sense. But how long when that that happened? Was it like 25,000 years ago? Or was it 3 million years ago? Or was it billions of years ago? How long has this
I'll be
earth
honest
been around?
with you, right? So this is the thing about ancient Near Eastern culture in general, but more specifically,
we lost books.
the Israelites.
Right? In Egypt, they burned down the Library of Alexandria. They burned down the Library of Alexandria, which we lost a lot of history.
Yeah, I hear you, brother, but I was just basically in the middle of explaining that.
No, I don't mean to cut you off. I swear to God, I don't do.
I appreciate that, brother.
I don't disrespect. I never want to do that.
I appreciate that. So basically, what I was getting at is that, our culture, the Israelite culture, and ancient Near Eastern culture, we have a thing called relative dating.
I got you.
Versus absolute dating.
Okay.
That was more of a Greco-Roman influence idea and concept of putting exact dates with every single thing that happened in history chronologically. We were like, okay, can you get me Daniel chapter, I want to say it's 11, verse 3, I want to say. But basically, we used to talk in terms of, this is the 3rd year of the reign of Lord, such and such, such and such. We didn't say this is 1,230 years BCE.
No,
that's not how we kept time.
I know that. I know that for sure.
So the fact that we are now trying to go back using some man-made type of system in order to
the Catholic Church changed
cut
that.
me off again, brother.
I did. I you know what? I am so sorry. Let me stop. No.
It's good. You got the floor.
No. I cut you off. But I do know that the Roman Catholics changed time.
They did.
And it did say something in Romans where when it changed
7:25.
time. Yeah, when it changed time. Yeah.
Did you know that's in the Bible?
I know it is.
Really?
It's in Revelations.
It's in Daniel chapter 7, verse 25 too.
It probably is.
So let's read that for you real quick, brother.
Book of Daniel chapter 7 verse 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws.
That's in Daniel.
Yeah. So as we see, there's been a historical account that we have recorded in this text of different people who are in positions of power who want to, strictly for the reason of blaspheming the Most High and the time and the metric that He has set,
Change the time.
they want to go against that and put their own time within the confines of what He has set up.
That's right.
So that's why, like for example, today is the day that we're supposed to be honoring the Most High.
Right.
But they have done this mental gymnastics on our people to allow them to believe that Sunday is the day that we're supposed to do that.
You talking about Saturnia?
Uh-huh.
This is Saturnia.
Saturnia.
Saturnia was a religious belief in ancient times. It was like Saturday was a time where they used to do different type of things.
Right.
It's Saturday. Even the months are named it's all connected. It's all connected. It's all connected. I give it to you because I always see people doing hey.
That's cool.
But man, I'm telling you something. I love what y'all doing. This is so powerful. And the only thing about we just walked down here. This I know Broad Street. I've only been here 8 years, but the process I have never seen the Israelites, Hebrew Israelites. But hold on, let me ask you a question.
I'm listening.
Was it Hebrew first, and then it was
right?
Okay, so it was Hebrew,
right?
And did they transcribe that to the not the Korah?
Codex Sinaiticus.
Well, no, it's
You talking about the Ben Asher text, the Aleppo Codex?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm listening. Continue on, brother.
Yeah. So Hebrew is us, black.
So Hebrew is like an all-encompassing term. So Israelites, more specifically, it pertains to not necessarily blacks as we call it. That's the nomenclature that we use because that's what our people are familiar with hearing. So we'll say black Hebrew Israelites as an attention grabber. But really, skin color ain't really got nothing to do with it. As he brought up previously, it has something to do with your patrilineal line. So if you are a descendant of any of the people that's on this sign, and your father is responsible for laying with your mother and creating you, then that therefore means that you would be an Israelite. So that's what that basically means.
Okay, now is the Bible transfer? Is Hebrew has any influence in the Bible? Does the Hebrewism or I forget what the name of their Bible is, but does their
You talking about the Talmud?
Yeah, I think that's the thing. Something like that.
So if you're talking about like the so-called who go and they choose to use oral tradition as basically the law, as if it what you should abide by, as opposed to
I think the Hebrews had the Israelites. Okay, let me ask you this question. These white Israelites, like being New York, jewelry and all that shit like that.
Okay.
What with the little thing on their hat?
Right.
What is their Bible called?
That's what. Yeah, the Talmud.
The Talmud. Okay.
Or the Gemara.
Now, does that come from the Hebrews?
So that's more. It's a very tricky situation with that, and I'm gonna be real with you. I've been doing my research on that. It got corrupted at some point in time, because if we look at even during Jesus' time when he had conflict with the Pharisees. There was a law that was actually found and dated in the quote-unquote Talmud. It's either post-Assyrian or pre-Babylonian, but whichever one it was, there's a law in the Talmud that gives you like this eccentric way of basically washing your hands. Like you put your left hand on top of the faucet, and then you run the water, you say the prayer, and then you switch with your other hand. So when it comes to the washing of hands in the Bible, Jesus was basically cussing out the Pharisees, telling them, like, how dare you do this, and making the law a burden upon people. They were adding things to it. Deuteronomy 4 verses 2 says not to add anything to the law.
Bring it out!
So basically, I would say this. At some point in time, it got corrupted more so than what it already was at, quote unquote, we call him Yahawashi. The world calls him Jesus. But yeah, it started to get more and more European, for lack of a better term, influence on it.
I get it.
Like the mitzvah peh.
I get it.
We do circumcision. That is clearly in the text. But the mitzvah peh was something that was added to in the Talmudic literature, where they, use their mouth as a rabbi, and then they get the blood sucked off of the baby's private parts. So
That's interesting. That's interesting.
We about-
No. Let me ask you one question again, and I'll get ready to walk off. You believe in Jesus Christ with a J?
No. Okay, so
Your mic or your battery? Probably because your battery.
okay, I'm glad you. Hello. Okay,
Yeah,
so I'm glad you.
The J in the alphabet and wasn't created.
Until 1524 by
Right.
the Italian dude. Yeah,
Right.
we all are up on game on it. The reason why we use these terms is because that's what our people are familiar with hearing.
That makes sense.
And
That makes sense.
also in Isaiah chapter 28 verses 11, I want to say, he said that we have to speak to our people in a different language in order to, get them to understand it. But we know his name is Yahawashi in the Paleo Hebrew.
Bring it out!
We are very well aware of the corruption of the text. Like, there's even Easter in the Bible. That's nowhere in any way, shape, or form. The
Easter bunnies and all that shit.
Yeah.
Those are pagan holidays where they used to, I think they used to paint the girls different colors in Greek or Roman, and they chase them through the forest and some type of sick shit.
100%. But yeah, we don't want to take up too much of your time. I do.
No. That's it. Listen, let me just say, my brother. I mean, I can give you that too, my brother. I just want to say that.
All right.
My brother.
Yeah,
Listen,
okay,
thank
that's
you.
right, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I needed that.
We've been through a lot, Lord's willing, I'm getting my spot in the kingdom, we winning, no sinning, we not. I'm sending no place to the man that's up top. Hey, yeah, I just been thanking my God, yeah. I just been